Good and tired.
No, hi.
Hey, how
Hey,
are you?
Hey. Doing well.
hello everybody.
How we
Keandra,
doing?
I didn't want to say this in the Discord if I wasn't right, but Barry can correct me. But I think that your dues go through 2023 because we didn't have a lot of programming in 2022, so we just carried them over. Am I correct, Barry?
Yes. Depending on when they join, I know midway through 2022, when I saw that we still weren't giving them everything that they needed, really based on the conversation with Liv, I believe I said, you know what? I'm gonna bless everybody again, and we're gonna step up our game. So,
Look at
dep-
God.
so I mean, but I think like if you join like later in that fall, you're probably still under the year thing, but I could double check. But if you were a member anytime before the fall, you at least go to the end of 2023.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Now I'm gonna be greedy, and I know everybody's not capable, but because I haven't met everybody, if y'all could turn on your cameras for a little bit, it would be great. Not a requirement, but it'll be nice to get to know people, get to see faces. Thank you, Shan.
All right, give me a sec.
Madam President, unless you want to just do an intro, it is that times.
Yeah. Let's just give there was quite a few people that RSVP'd, so let's just give them another minute because I don't think it'll take the whole hour.
No problem.
Let me look at my list.
Amy, I tried to play games with your husband. He be on like in the middle of the night. I'll be like, well, he was there.
Yeah, I think they get on pretty late.
I'm like, I know I didn't connect it with him, but okay, no problem.
I let them know though.
Yeah. Everybody have a good New Year.
I feel like it was so long ago, but it was only like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
That's because the last 2 years have just been so. Just things even being normal for a couple of weeks is like different. Like, okay.
I had the flu for New Year's.
You had the flu?
Yeah, the flu, yeah.
Now you sure it was the flu? You got,
I'm sure. Yeah,
it
I
could
got
be
tested.
anything nowadays. Like,
I had COVID.
what?
It was terrible.
We still catching COVID.
Yep. And it's a new strand.
See, y'all in this.
I mean, because remember, I had COVID last year in January, but it was really just like a sore throat. I think I maybe had a fever for a day, but it really wasn't that bad.
Oh no, this was body aches, chills,
Oh no.
uh taste and smell, goes away, comes back, and lots of sweating. It was bad.
Larry, let me see if I can move your box away from my box. I don't know how this Zoom works, but I want you on a different page because let me move you down here. There you go. I don't know how this new COVID work. I don't want no chances.
As I got it from you, Barry. I don't know what you're
No,
talking
no,
about.
no. I wash my hands every 5
At
minutes.
that,
They stay
at
ashy.
that.
Too much. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining. There's just a handful of us on here, so if everyone is comfortable, you don't have to turn your camera on. Barry would love to see your face though, so if you want to turn your camera on, we would love to see you. What are you saying to me, Larry?
He's muted.
I said me too.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, Barry and Larry would love to see your
Yes.
faces. But let's just go around and just introduce yourself and maybe say one thing that you're looking forward to for the Urban League this year. So I will start. So my name is Annalisa. I serve as the president for the Young Professionals, and I am looking forward to engaging with everyone in person. Barry, you want to go next?
I am Barry Neal, longtime alumni, currently your advisor. So if y'all have any questions or any hiccups with your membership and the president or vice president can address it, feel free to hit me up. I'm a Black nerd, clearly. I love all things nerd, and I love hanging out. So feel free to connect. I'm not above it. I want to be among you. So let me know.
Thanks, Barry. I see your baby Yoda's in the background there. I don't think I've saw.
And I got like 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go across my screen. So Larry, you wanna go next?
You're on mute, Larry. This ain't your
I
first
know.
rodeo.
No, but it sure takes it takes a little time. But I'm Larry Davis Jr. for everyone who don't know who I am. Excited to be a part of the Urban League once again. Excited to meet new folks as well as do a lot of community work that we built upon last year, and just want to welcome everybody that's new.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Olivia.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I joined during COVID time. I'm looking forward to seeing what events we'll do this year.
Awesome. Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I actually joined the last week. I'm looking forward to building strong relationships and networking.
Awesome. Welcome. Zachary.
Hello, my name is Zach Hubbard. Zach's fine. It's my first meeting. I actually joined, it was March of 2022, but I'm happy to be here meeting with you guys. I'm definitely interested in kind of the volunteering and just making an impact in the local area. So super excited.
Thanks. Welcome. Chloe.
Hi, everyone. My name's Chloe. I joined in May 2022. Around that time, I moved back to St. Louis in December 2021, looking to network and happy to meet in person in the near future.
Awesome. Thanks, Chloe. Amy. You're still on mute, Amy.
She's struggling. The struggle's real.
Oh, she said I'm struggling.
You can tell she hit 10 buttons already.
I know.
Still on you.
Okay. Well, Amy, we'll come back to you.
No, it's the the cell phone function. It makes it hard to unmute.
Oh, I think I probably have to unmute it twice. No. Okay. That's okay. Well, Amy, we'll come back
If
to
you
you.
never figure it out, we'll just let you interrupt whoever's next.
Yeah. Okay, Brittany.
Hey, everybody. My name is Brittany Raji Alberti. I joined, I can't remember if it was like September. I think it was early third quarter. Hey, Larry. Hey, Barry. I'm super excited about doing community work. I'm really passionate about just what the Urban League stands for. I think everybody here is just amazing. So I'm super excited to jump in and connect.
I see you over there with the Women's Business Center. Don't think I don't keep track. Congrats,
okay,
congrats.
Gary, let me find out. No.
Congrats on that.
Okay, I figured it out,
y'all. That's so funny.
Oh goodness, that was hard. I don't know what happened. But I'm Amy Haymore. I'm the community service chair. I'm looking forward to more in-person events. I enjoy getting out and just doing stuff, whatever. So
Awesome. All right, Keandra.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. My name is Keandra Smith. Just became Eggleston. I got married in November. I joined ULYP in St. Louis in April of 2021. I transferred from Connecticut. I'm from East St. Louis, but I was in Connecticut for 2 years, and I was a member of Urban League Young Professionals out there. So I just
Hampton Roads.
Yeah, it just came on over. So as far as what I'm looking forward to two things. Just really getting to know you guys, getting engaged and volunteering. But I'm also interested because I'll be 40 next month and maybe transitioning into the guild if there is one. Because
we
we know
literally have
we
the
know the
second
age.
buildest guild in the nation. You landed in the right spot at the right time.
Amen, because Connecticut did not have a guild where I was. So I was concerned. I was like, as soon as things open back up, I turned 40. So
And we only we don't check IDs for real over here. We just kind of know. Like,
I'm here to dig in and to help wherever I can. So I'm really excited to really just to get to know everybody and get to work.
Cool.
Awesome. Kayla? Maybe.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla Crawford. I've been a member since 2012, 2013-ish, I think so. I'm looking forward to being more active this year. I've kind of taken different breaks over the past couple of years with COVID, and I was pregnant. So I'm just looking forward to getting back in the movement.
Awesome. Buffy?
Hey, I was trying to get my video to come on and it's acting crazy, so please excuse me. But I'm Buffy Dillon, and you guys will definitely see my face sooner than later. I am looking forward to continuing and furthering the work I've been doing with Urban League. My foundation, the DeJuan Dillon Foundation, we do a lot in the community, and when we're not doing something, we're volunteering with other organizations, and the Urban League has been a major one that I volunteer with a lot. So I'm just looking to make 2023 bigger and better.
Amen.
Gabby? I think that's Gabby. I assume it is.
Yes, that's me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. So I joined, I don't remember now, but I think it was maybe 2 years ago I joined. And so one of the reasons why I joined and what I'm looking forward to is mainly networking, and then just getting out in the community and doing things just as a group more outings with the Urban League. So that's all.
Congrats again. I saw the press release. Doing big things. Big things.
Thank you, Barry.
I love saluting young people doing big things. So I always know if you want somebody to praise you, just let me know what y'all doing.
Okay, Erica.
Hey, let me try to figure this out. I'm on a whole new device, but nevertheless, good evening. How long has it been? Geez, well, it in 20 when the pandemic first started, right? 20, wasn't it 2019? I don't know. Jesus, yeah. I'm sitting up here thinking. Ted passed away. So around that time.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, what am I looking forward to? Just communing with you all, networking more as well as volunteerism. That's just my hard work. I know that I play a role with the I play a role with definitely heavy with the bylaws, but nevertheless, any way that I can help and serve up under anyone's committee, I am willing to do so. And just trying to see what it actually looks like pre-COVID, I guess. You know, Barry always mentioned how things used to be, and I'm excited to see or hopefully get a glimpse of it similarly to how Christmas was.
Yeah, I've told anybody that asked me, and I've also heard back from the Urban League, and I'm seeing the pictures and seeing the events that are your efforts for the Christmas, for all everybody's efforts on the Christmas event was truly old school. That's the way it is. That's the way it should look, and I hope everybody got a good feeling from that.
All right. Last but not least, Tanisha. I know you just joined. We're just introducing ourselves and saying one thing that we're looking forward to this year with the Urban League.
Okay, well, hi, my name's Tanisha. And one thing I'm looking forward to is getting more involved because I do remember what it was like pre-COVID. And it was like, it was really fun and it made you want, and like the people who was like in the executive positions made you want to get involved. And it was just a lot to learn, like socially and professionally. So, and even just with like the volunteer opportunities, and it was just so many different areas where you could grow as a person. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. And Larry, I saw Janae pop on, but she left. So tell her that that we said hello. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I do have a quick presentation for you. We'll go over a couple of things, and I think I can do it like this. So, well, I guess we'll just see. Can you guys see the presentation?
Yes.
Anyone? Yeah. Okay. All right. So welcome everyone to the January general body meeting, our first general body meeting of 2023. If you were on just a little bit of earlier, a lot of the executive leadership team was sick just this beginning of this year. And so we wanted to be conscious of the flu and, all the respiratory things that are going around just after the holidays. And so we also wanted just to connect with you a little bit more informally before Join Week, which we'll talk about later. But welcome and thank you for joining. So today what we're going to talk about, we're going to do a quick recap of 2022, talk about our goals for 2023, the executive leadership team and the committees that we have, give some details about the National Urban League Conference that's happening in Houston this year. And then we're going to talk about Join Week, which we're really excited about. So first thing is our 2022 recap. So you can see here we have listed a lot of our community service events, most of which were Urban League events that we just volunteered at as a group or individuals. We have the National Day of Service, which is where we had Jermesia Starks, who read her book that's STEAM related at the JJK Center. And then the photo here you see is our 100 Neediest Cases, where we got all of our donations for our 2 families that we adopted, and we did some gift wrapping and delivered those to the Urban League for the holidays. Personal and professional development programs. So the Western region and the Southern region both had events, as well as we had a yoga event, and then our National Day of Empowerment, Wealth, and Real Estate program. And then civic engagement, we had a COVID community conversation early in the year. Membership wise, we had an open house and mixer at the beginning of last year. Also our alumni experience panel, which we are bringing back this year for Join Week, or in the works of bringing back. We had a spring mix and mingle, a summer kickoff happy hour, and then our holiday cheer event. Some National Urban League events that happened that we had the opportunity to participate in were State of Black America, the Legislative Policy Conference, which was virtual this year, the National Urban League Conference in Washington, D.C. that Barry and I went to, along with several other young professionals from across the nation, and the Whitney M. Young Junior Leadership Conference, which was also virtual this year, but the Whitney M. Young Junior Leadership Conference is mostly a young professional leadership development conference. So that one is a really great one. And usually when it's in person, it's very affordable. So if it's in person this next year, then I encourage everybody to look into attending. And then our Urban League affiliate, our ULSTL affiliate events, they had an annual dinner that a couple of us were able to attend. We're in April, where they go over all of the events and all, the report from the last year, and give out some awards. The Salute to Women in Leadership, which is in partnership with the Guild, and the Whitney M. Young Society reception, which you can see a picture of by the back at Step and Repeat with Frank in the middle there. That was from the Whitney M. Young reception. So that's a recap of 2022. 2023. So we hope to continue to support the work of the Urban League. And these are actually just the same goals from 2022, but we didn't quite get there. And so we just want to maintain the momentum and try to meet these goals this year. So continue to support the work of the Urban League, increase chapter membership and involvement, and curate meaningful programming for our members in all of the different areas. So it's community service, civic engagement, networking, personal development, professional development, and leadership development. So the executive leadership team, so this is the just a list of the officer positions and the committee chair positions. So Kayla, who introduced herself, she is the vice president. Erica is our parliamentarian, which deals a lot with our bylaws and our sort of guidelines. Barry is our advisor, Larry is our civic engagement chair, Amy is our community service chair, and then we have several committee chair positions open. So I know a couple of you on here have already emailed me about interest in being on a committee, but if you're, if you want more information about being on a committee or you're interested in a committee chair position that's available, then please feel free to email me at president@ulyp-stl.org. So to go over some of the committees, civic engagement is our advocacy committee. So really encouraging being educated, advocating for the community, being educated on civic policies that affect the community, things like that. So Barry, what's your disclaimer? We are a 501c3, so we can't.
Larry knows the rules, but we advocate for policies. We don't advocate for candidates. And when in doubt, reach out to the Urban League first, and try never to speak for them or the Urban League Young Professionals if it involves any kind of fundraising or anything for a political candidate. It's a very church and state type thing.
Yeah. Thanks, Barry. So community service. So Amy is our community service chair. And as you saw, a lot of our community service was Urban League focused. In the past, we, have sort of guidelines for the National Urban League Young Professionals. And it doesn't disregard that we can serve other nonprofits with community service. And we're, excited to do that also. But the community service hours that we get credit for with the National Urban League Young Professionals are only community service that supports the Urban Leagues directly. And so we did a lot of focus on supporting, the Urban League food drives, especially since those are outdoor and, it was still, getting back to normal or sort of getting back to normal as far as COVID goes. But looking forward to continuing the community service with Amy as our lead. Marketing and communication. So this chair position is open, but even if you don't want to be the chair, you're still welcome to be on any one of these committees and help out in whatever capacity you're able to. Marketing and communications is really managing the website and our social media, that, high level stuff at this point. Membership, that chair position is also open. And this is really just managing the membership applications that come in online, making sure or, following up if those people haven't made their payment yet, because the system is you have to, fill out the application on our website and then pay your dues on the Urban League website. So managing that, and then also having membership events, so membership appreciation events, the meet and greets. The Urban League, the ULYP has also a specific like Ladies of the League and Men of the Movement membership appreciation events too. So that's the membership committee. And then personal and professional development. So professional development, that's, leadership development, career development. Personal development is physical, mental, and financial wellness. So having events or panel discussions or, roundtables around those kind of topics. So that's the committee information. And again, if you would like more information, more in-depth information, or you're interested in being on a committee or you're interested in a chair position, please email me. If you have a question, you can come off mute or you can put it in the chat. I don't think I can actually see the chat though right now.
And I would just repeat what she said but try to make it even simpler. I know some people, especially since we have so many new people or people who are really just starting to get engaged, I know the thought of possibly being a chair or even an officer can be like, oh my God, I'm not ready for that. This is always a training ground. Obviously there is responsibility. We ask you not to step up if you don't think you have the time and the energy, but don't think you don't have the skills. We support everybody's training. There's national training. I'm here locally and I've done almost every position. And then I have contacts to alumni if you just want to mentor. And then we're a family, so we always support each other. Nobody's in this alone. So if you have any interest in it, even if it's like there's an opening for a membership chair, even if you just want to work on a membership committee and it just be a collective of 2 or 3 people, there doesn't even necessarily have to be someone who's going to say, I'm the chair. It could be just a membership committee if we wanted to take that approach. Because again, it's just about teamwork at this point.
Yep. All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
One, is there a minimum number of people that you want to see serve on a committee? Maybe that might help if we knew if there will be, just a couple or 3, like how many people would you like to see on each committee?
We welcome everyone, Keandra.
Yeah, in all honesty, if you have a chair, it's easier to say, well, you have a chair and you always have at least 1 or 2 other people that you can go with. If we're taking a committee approach, which is really what we've done in the last year and a half, it's keeping up whatever we're trying to do because we weren't doing a ton, we weren't going outside. It was just enough to have people as placeholders and just give them 1 or 2 things to do a year. I want to go outside this year. I want us to have something to do every month. I want us to have a reason to come together, a reason to do community service every 6 weeks. So however many people you all think it would take to manage that would probably be my answer. I mean, It could be done with 2 people, it could be done with 10 people, but we don't want anybody to get burnt out, but really that's the approach I would say to answer that question.
Okay, my last question is, will each committee have a budget?
We have a general budget. We're a very frugal organization because we're really just trying to give back and volunteer. But obviously all of our dues come directly to us and we do get gifts from different corporations. But Urban League, because Urban League is really a get the money type organization, we try not to conflict with them. We do have a budget. I mean, we do have a balance right now of about 7,000. Anything that we would decide to do, and we obviously will try to do it as cheap as possible, we would just build a budget and submit it for approval. But we do have our own, we do have our own money at this point.
Thank you.
Brittany, did you have a question?
I did. So when I seen this, like I work professionally in marketing and communication, and I can't take on another chair because I'm heavily involved with SCORE and a few other organizations that I do a ton of free work right now. So I'm at capacity for that, but I can support like a committee. So if anyone was interested in being a chair and you have like, needs or, some things that maybe you feel like you can't do, I would be willing to support whatever chair in whatever capacity. I just can't do the work. I can't manage the social media. I can't, all of those website, but I can consult and cancel if needed.
Yeah. The one thing that I would ask you to consider and I know you're a great speaker and everything, maybe doing a 20-minute session, like on the best tools to use, the best ways to do it, the best process flow, and that be a training ground for the YPs in general, and then maybe somebody could run with that as the chair, if that makes sense, or if you even have time for that. I don't want to assume.
that's scalable. I can do that. I can't do a ton of one-on-ones right now, but I'm open for that if it's needed.
Awesome. Yeah, and on that note, you know, if you don't have experience being a membership chair or, you know, holding personal and professional development programs or panel discussions, or you know, you're interested in marketing and communications, but you don't necessarily have the experience, that's okay. Like, just like Barry said, it's a training ground. And if that's something you are interested in and something you do want to get experience in, and then this would be a great place for you to start. So don't let not having any experience at all steer you away if you know, feel a pull or feel passion to do a certain area or be on a committee or be a chair. Any other questions? No? Okay. So conference is in conference this year is in Houston, Texas. It is from July 26th to the July 29th. And the Young Professional Summit package includes, you know, access to all the panel discussions, which I think I go over in the next slide, but it also includes a ticket to the reception, the YP reception, the YP luncheon, and then the YP late night event. So the registration deadlines and prices are below. So if you register before 1/31, it's $410 for the entire conference, and then it goes up from there until conference in July. This picture here is from the gala from the 2022 conference in Washington, D.C. So it's the young professionals that attended the gala. So not even all of the young professionals that were at the conference, just the ones that had a ticket to the gala. So I'm going to go to the next slide. So this picture is a picture of Central Region. So St. Louis is in the Central Region of the National Urban League Young Professionals. So our Central Region Vice President, Adrian, she's right here in the middle. And the conference is just, I know I listed the benefits here. You know, there's a career fair, you can shop Black-owned businesses, there's a community day, speakers, panel discussions, which were really, really good in 2022 also. Networking, professional development, but it's really just an opportunity to be in like this energy of the movement. Like everybody that's at the conference is there because they are committed and inspired by the Urban League and the work that the Urban League does. And in the grand scheme, you know, $400 to go to a conference that's, you know, 4 days long is a really good price. And for what you get out of it, it's really just energizing. So the National Urban League Young Professionals, ELT, put out a sponsorship letter. So if you have professional development dollars from your company, we'll make that letter available so you can kind of tweak it to you know, what you think your employer will respond to. But then, you know, a lot of people can get sponsored to go. And it's going to be in Houston, which I think is going to be really great conference just in general.
They're going to crush it in Houston.
Yeah.
Let there be no doubt.
Yeah. So if you have any interest at all and you want to talk about it, feel free to reach out to Barry, reach out to myself. We've both been to conference. Kayla, have you been to conference? Has anybody else been to conference that wants to speak on it?
I have not been to NUL conference, but I've been to Whitney M. Young conference.
Yeah. I mean, all of the conferences, even the legislative policy conference I went to, which was all about policy, but it was actually really nice just to get to see other young professionals that were there and like reconnect with people. So, I mean, conferences, when you go to conference, you will be an urban leaguer for life. So I highly recommend it. Again, if you have any questions about it, please let me know. Please reach out to me, reach out to Barry. We'll be happy to talk with you about it. But it really does. It just reignites your passion for the movement, and you get to see the impact in one space. So yeah. That's conference. Barry, anything else you want to add?
First of all, do not hesitate to submit. If you need a letter, if you have a job and they have any kind of funding for training or professional development, or if they support the Urban League in any way locally and nationally, do not hesitate to ask them to consider sponsoring you to go. I've gone to almost 20 versions of the conference. I have paid out of my own pocket maybe 4 times between my different jobs, and then being in leadership. It is worth it. Nothing better than a free conference to for real. So definitely consider it. Don't be shy.
All right. Was somebody else going to say something? Or does anybody have any questions?
That was me, Annalisa. I would say the energy of conference is unmatched. I think that's probably initially what definitely pulled me into the Urban League way back when, just having the opportunity to network with young professionals across the nation and just checking out the vibe of each chapter and just really having a place to go to learn professionally as well as personally is amazing. So I can't say enough. I would strongly encourage anyone to go to conference at least once, whether it's in UL or Whitney M. Young.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Thanks, Kayla. Any questions before I move on? No? Okay. Well, again, if you think of anything or if you have any kind of interest, definitely reach out and we'll be happy to talk more about it. Okay, so the last thing we have to talk about is Join Week. So Join Week 2023 is taking place February 5th through February 12th, February 5th to February 12th. It's Sunday to Sunday. The theme this year is One Mission, One Movement. And we have a tentative schedule outlined. Some things are solidified and some things are still in the works, but I wanted to share our ideas and get some feedback from you guys and see how you feel about it and if there's anything that maybe you want to see for Join Week this year. So we're planning a meet and greet brunch to start off Join Week. So just to, invite your networks, get people talking about the young professionals and get people excited about Join Week. So that's still in the works. Alumni Town Hall. So the Alumni Experience Town Hall, that is something that we did last year for Join Week. Barry called on his network and we had a good handful of alumni come and talk about their experiences as in the young professional organization, locally, nationally, the professional opportunities that came from it, the personal relationships that came out of it. And the relationship, like just the people that were there, even just them talking to each other and reminiscing about YP experiences was really, really fun to see. And it was really inspiring. Like it makes you feel, like, even though I didn't really know any of the people personally besides Barry, I felt like I was having similar experiences, when I joined the movement and joined the young professionals. So the alumni experiences it's a really cool event to just come and listen and engage with alumni and learn about, their YP experience. So Barry, anything you want to add about that?
I'm going to try to I rarely call on her because I know she's busy, but our mayor is a YP alum, used to be an officer, used to be a committee chair. I'm going to try to reach out to her this year. No promises at all. I mean, there's so many people who are doing big things. If you follow Path to Prosperity with Marvin Mitchell, he's an alumni, past committee. I mean, there's so many people, depending on what area or business you're in, there's so many people that you just don't know, but they were YPs. But and they just come back and I see them. I bumped into them this weekend, a few of them. They're out there doing big things.
Yeah, awesome. So then February 7th, this event is semi-solidified. So it's the YP Fitness event. So it's one of the personal development events with Rock Body Fitness with Q Wilson. So his gym is in Earth City, co-owns a gym in Earth City, and he's gonna kind of walk us through some of his programs and have a fitness class. So that'll be from 6:30 to 7:30 on February 7th. And shout out to Kayla for connecting us with Q Wilson. So that was he's really excited to partner with us and get us moving. So February 9th, tentatively, we're working on an advocacy event. So a civic engagement advocacy event. And if you have any thing that maybe you would like to hear about advocacy wise, we would love to know what that is. We would love to, if you have any connections on anyone that you know is someone that is not outspoken, but just somebody that advocates for the community in different ways, we would love to be able to connect with them and maybe get them on a panel. So open to any and all suggestions on the advocacy event, but that is definitely one of our pillars. So want to make sure that we are advocating on behalf of the community.
Madam President, can I interject right here?
Yeah, absolutely.
On a personal privilege. If you all, and I know several of you mentioned trying to be really active this year, get back into community service. If we could just take a couple of minutes, what are you all passionate about? Because there's 1,000 different ways we can get there, but I don't know everybody yet. So I don't know who to call, who to reach out to. So we can just take a couple of minutes. I mean, you don't have to give everything, because I know some of you probably got 1,000 things that you're trying to do or you're interested in. But like, what are like your top 2 passions when it comes to like civic engagement or even community service? Women's health, school education, youth, homelessness. Where are your passions at?
I literally was trying to think of this too, Barry. With the state of what's going on, you know, especially locally. I don't know if it's more so crime. Can we talk about that and what that looks like? Or the state of education, you know, from the school shooting to teachers leaving the field, you know, completely. So that's where I wanted to kind of hone in on. However, I wanted to be open, you know, and with the spirit of Join Week, I wanted perhaps if the momentum is more uplifting, I didn't know how to kind of approach it. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. I mean, we're advocates 24/7. So we can party on a Monday and march on a Tuesday. It's what we do. So there's never a wrong time to advocate. Anybody else? Everybody else?
Yeah. Any like specific issues maybe that you think like you'd want to open a space to?
So I think that there's definitely some opportunities kind of within the mental health space. I work for a behavioral health company, and so that's something that upon kind of entering the role, I wasn't as aware of, but now kind of working and being in it, I see that it is definitely something that's needed. There are not enough psychiatrists for children in America. So that's just an example of something. And then I've kind of been in the healthcare space. So I definitely would, you know, if it was something else, it'd be health equity that I think we can definitely speak to and educate about.
Right. Those are good too.
And
very good topic.
And I definitely agree with that sentiment, especially I know we have the fitness event, but health in the Black community is a very important subject and something that we often don't talk about, but like things from high blood pressure to diabetes and things that impact, and then COVID and how it impacted our community a lot more than others. And so would love to hear something around that. I think as well as, and I know a lot of medical professionals who are excited to speak towards that and those type of things.
True.
If I could interject, I love like the thought around like mental health and advocating for like mental health in general. But like I don't know if you guys know, but we're like in the second like baby boom. A lot of people had children in COVID, including myself, and we don't talk about postpartum depression or recovery for Black women enough. My social club that I created like exploded with Black women who have been suffering in silence because people ignore the fact that they need help. We can't do it alone. So I think that's also another angle around mental health and just making sure that, you know, we are truly creating village for people around their mental health and support. So if that is, you know, appropriate to even add into a mental health panel, I think it would be really important to also be a voice for Black women don't get help with their family enough, right? Not only are we dying in the hospital, but when you come home, you're left alone to do everything, you know? So I think that that's something that I'm really passionate about advocating for.
Definitely.
I wanted to tap in and just kind of link several things that I've already been spoken about. So I'm an educator. I work in schools right now. I'm in the grants department, but as an educator and trauma-informed practices trainer, I'm just thinking about trauma in general, specifically BED in general, because it encompasses so much of what you guys have mentioned about mental health awareness, just women's health, etc. So I think that that's something that may be able to capture a multitude of concerns and issues that need to be addressed in our community, along with education and general literacy, reading, financial literacy for families, and maybe some other topics.
Cool. Can you be specific about financial literacy? Because I've always been interested. I mean, you're all going to always be the 20 to 40s. What do you, I mean, back in the day, we used to offer programs from even how to open a checking account. I mean, to that level of simplicity, to the importance of insurance. Where are you at when you say financial literacy?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. How do you create a household budget? How do you live within your means? What does saving look like? What does investing look like? Because there's a difference between saving and investing. But at the basal level, like you just mentioned, opening a checking account and, you know, paying bills. A lot of youth that I speak with at the high school and those who have recently graduated talk about how much is lacking in the curriculum, how much is lacking in their home around how to, what do they say online? Adults? How do we adult? Yeah, adulting. And so, yeah, so with financial literacy, just preparing those who may be underserved, whether it's youth or those who are adults and just struggling to try to get it together, how to begin so that you can finish strong. And again, it may look like opening a bank account, creating a household budget. What does it mean? What does it look like to pay bills? Because a lot of times we create all this debt for ourselves and we're not really cognizant of the repercussions until it's too late.
Just adding this, and yeah, by the way, I talk all the time. Y'all gonna just give me the look like Barry, that's enough from you.
Okay, I wanted to piggyback off of what she said. I was a supervisor at a credit union, so I used to always go to different schools and talk about financial literacy, for as open up. It was called key accounts, which is kitty accounts. I talked about investment builders and stuff like that. I still have connections with the credit union where I can get somebody in and talk about it. Right now, I am a criminal investigator, so I do go to different schools and go to different cities and talk about some of my cases to try to make kids aware of gun violence, gangs, how one decision can cost you your entire life. So I guess I'm a jack of all trades. So I'm pretty much open to help anybody that have any issues for us with the law field. I'm a criminal investigator for the state of Missouri with the Public Defender's Office. So if somebody needed a lawyer or a civil rights attorney or a juvenile attorney, then I can also bring them in and also volunteer and help. We do different different meetings where we go and talk to different organizations and different schools and just to bring awareness.
That is huge, and to the last two speakers, we're not there because we haven't started coming back together. But once we're together and we have a stronger team, there's always been a vision within the Urban League Young Professionals to do just programs for high schools, just letting that be our primary thing that we did throughout the year. It's underserved, y'all are very close to their age, so they can relate to you all more than maybe the guild doing something or the block units doing something. So, I mean, I'm not gonna put pressure. This is day one. We just need people to get engaged, but don't be afraid to dream and imagine a program where the YPs adopted a class, adopted a school, did TED Talks, did a year-long program, did a 6-week program, just teaching kids how to adult. It is very doable. We just have to have the plan and the people.
And I would be, remiss if I didn't mention that that's also how you generate a pipeline for other Urban League Young Professionals.
Absolutely.
So you expose the youth to the work that you're doing, you support them through what they're going through in a faceted ways, and then hopefully when they, are out here and they're ready to give back and volunteer, that they think of ULYP first.
Absolutely. Buffy, I think I cut you off earlier. I apologize and feel free.
Oh, no problem. Definitely, I guess I would say awareness of cancer in our communities, specifically colon cancer. That's what my foundation is about. And also mentorship of our youth, male and female, and also about homelessness and how it is increasing daily in our city.
True. True. And it seems like less people are advocating them every year. It's essentially. I don't know if I missed anybody or if anybody else had something else to say.
I'll go. I liked a lot of things that everyone said. I care a lot about mental health and women's health in general, especially things like fibroids for women, as Black women are disproportionately impacted. And I had a myomectomy myself, so always happy to talk about women's health and mental health. I care about financial literacy a lot, but in terms of the inequality side, so like the way that card notes disproportionately impact Black people, credit scores disproportionately impact Black people, because a lot of Black millennials will not be a part of that huge wealth transfer. Ways to offset that, possibly by making sure your parents have life insurance so that you can have at least something passed down to you, things like that. Also, literacy in terms of crime reduction and financial well-being. I read a lot about how in different states, like they can look at elementary literacy rates and determine whether or not you are more likely to go to prison, and will actually factor that in their planning. And so I believe in increasing literacy rates for the youth early. And I think that that will greatly impact their path later on. And then final thing that I care about a lot is environmental racism. And so middle-class Black families are more likely to experience pollution and a toxic environment more than the poorest of white families. So it's not income, based on income, just being Black in the areas that you are in general, you are more likely to experience pollution. Urban communities have less trees, they have a higher temperature. And as global warming continues, we will continue to see the hottest temperatures in minority communities. And then urban communities also have the highest rates of light pollution. which can lead to like insomnia and also like a lot of health issues later on. So things like that.
Yes, that's cool. I'm typing and capturing everything that everybody's saying, just so I know. I got stuff from like 9 people. I know there's a couple more. If anybody, you're not required to say anything, but if anybody had any thoughts that they wanted to add to the list.
I can add some. My name is Kaya. I joined on a little bit late, but I think I understand the question. Some of the things that I'm interested in first is I'm interested in everything that everyone mentioned. Those are all things that I personally am passionate about. But one area that I'm strongly passionate about is the professional development. By trade, I work in HR, specifically in employee and labor relations. And so I deal with things that get to a point that needs a more formal HR involvement, from, HR investigations to performance management when people are underperforming, including separations and terminations and just discipline management in general. And so I think it's very important for those who enter like professional environments to talk about, how we navigate the workplace, how you develop and maintain performance equity, having career discussions and career readiness discussions, how you navigate your own performance management and documentation. And I don't think we talk a lot about what to do when you're on the other side, when things maybe aren't okay. What do you do when you are underperforming? And I see a lot of situations with young professionals or Black and Brown people who have a hard time navigating that, and they sometimes make a situation worse. It could be how you respond to things, or really what happens in the workplace is whatever's happening outside ends up coming to work. And so you could be working aside people who, make inappropriate comments or insensitive comments. That was really big when we were stuck in the pandemic and there was nothing to do but talk to each other. And I think the other thing I would add to the financial literacy would be to add family planning and how to budget to that, including thinking about how this impacts, your decisions for your career, and just being prepared for bias, especially for women and women of color, and how to navigate those discussions. And what I find a lot is that people don't understand how to navigate their leave benefits. So understanding what you're entitled to from federal leave with FMLA versus your state leaves versus what your job is obligated to do and what they're not obligated to do under the ADA. So that way you know how to represent for yourself and ask for the benefits that maybe everyone's not going to offer to you willingly.
Yeah, definitely stay in touch. One of the most demanding parts of, or that we try to provide to our really young professionals, is that professional development is really how to maneuver in corporate spaces. Not that everybody's in that space, but some of those things translate if you're working as a school, as a teacher, any jobs, interacting with different, from bankers to financiers. So once again, not putting any pressure for you to step up in any role, but let's definitely have a conversation about that, of like a training program that we could potentially, or a training service we could provide to the YP, is like a series of events. You would not have to lead all of them, but if you could just help us lay out some of the topics that you find that has been impacting people, that you said, "Oh, I wish you knew this. I wish you had done this before you did that."
Yeah. I would love to. And I've done that for less professional environments, to developing sessions around feedback, because that's applicable everywhere. And sometimes it's not just hearing it, giving it, it's what to do with it and how to actually, in a professional way, talk against the feedback. Like, I've received feedback that I know I've completely disagreed with, and there's a right way to go about it. And then there's a wrong way that doesn't necessarily help the situation. So I noticed that was an opening. I'm not sure. I think I agree with some of the sentiments of just being new. And I'm also newer to the St. Louis area, but I definitely would love to be involved and take on from a larger capacity. I have that space as well.
No problem. I'm going to probably stick my Vice President, Kayla, to track you down and get this going. But okay. Is there anybody left? I know I don't think I derailed it by going down this path, but I think this was a needed conversation because it truly helps us plan what's next. Madam Vice President or Madam President, I give back my time, as they say.
Your time that you didn't have. I'm just kidding. Okay, awesome. We're almost done. So I do want to be mindful of time, but there's just a few other things. So February 10th, this is another event that is already locked in. So this is a community service event through Heat Up St. Louis. So Heat Up St. Louis, the Urban League is a partners with Heat Up St. Louis every year. Mr. McMillan usually does a lot of promotion of this event as well. But Heat Up St. Louis is an organization that raises money to help elderly people, people with disabilities, just people in our community that are in need pay for their winter utilities. So their energy bills and that kind of thing, because I know I've experienced much higher energy bills as far as this winter. So that's the main goal of Heat Up St. Louis. We're going to volunteer at 3 locations. So there's a St. Charles location where where Amy is going to be the point person there. A location off of Hampton, which Erica is going to be the point person there. And then if you're on the Illinois side, we'll do 1 location in Illinois and I'll be the point person for that location. So more information to come on Heat Up and the community service, but it runs from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. They just ask that you be there for at least an hour. And we'll have more information again on the event, but yeah, you can come, at any for an hour at least from any time between 6 to 10 at that location. They have cans where you basically just stand outside and you ask for donations. You explain what Heat Up St. Louis is. Most people have a couple of extra dollars that they just will give, and then they can also buy a $1 biscuit special, and that money will go to Heat Up St. Louis as well. So I think it's like a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit or something, but not a sausage egg biscuit. That was quite the debacle one year. So it's one or the other, but you could buy multiple. So and then if you're another opportunity is if your employer wants to participate, or you have an office, or you're in a co-working space and you guys want to get together and do this, you can pre-order the biscuits and take them to your employer as well. So that all that information, the link to that, the addresses to the locations, and how to volunteer, that will all be available on the website when we get it up there here this week. Any questions about Heat Up St. Louis? People really if you're out there, people really have pity on you and they will donate extra money because you're standing outside. So that's one thing. Okay, great. So then the last event that we are hoping to have is a Welcome to the League event. We're either thinking maybe a Saturday night event or a Super Bowl Sunday event. So just to get together to celebrate
I won't
Jordan
be there
Week.
Super Bowl Sunday, I'm just saying.
Okay, so maybe not Super Bowl Sunday, but it may be Friday, or we talked about Friday night, not Saturday night, I'm sorry. So Friday night event, potentially a Welcome to the League event, just so, where we can come together, celebrate Jordan Week, welcome our new members, celebrate with our members that are re-engaging, that are excited about 2023, and just, kick it. So that is the Welcome to the League event. So then my little disclaimer at the bottom is anybody that wants to get involved in planning Jordan Week is like an all hands on deck kind of thing. If you, have somebody you think would want to speak on the panel, or you, want to be involved in planning any of these events, or you want to connect us with somebody, we are so happy to have any and all help, and would be excited to welcome you into the planning of Jordan Week. So feel free to email me, even if it's just an idea. Maybe you can't commit to helping on any of the events, but you just have an idea that you think would elevate the events that we talked about today for Jordan Week. feel free to just email me and we can try to incorporate it however we can. So that's Join Week. Any last thoughts, questions, ideas?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I just want to know, is there an opportunity for us to go ahead and get some type of shirts or something? I know you talked about it before, but like even like when we were out there yesterday, like it would have been nice if maybe we had a shirt or even a design that we can make our own shirts. I don't care, but
I have on. I think I can.
I don't have anything, and I just feel like I go out there and you just have on my slew stuff because I don't have anything from YP. Okay.
This is created from a press iron-on. I don't know if anybody does like the Cricut stuff where you make your own stuff.
Yeah, and I have like all the, I have big Cricut stuff and big press and all that stuff.
So if you want access to these, you can just connect. And I have
absolutely.
Well, I talked about it. I guess maybe 2 months ago. Our press didn't like the design, so I didn't push it that much. But
I don't love the design.
Yeah. But I have these now. If you have a press, I can just give you them. If you need some help with the press, I have it pressed myself. It goes on.
I have a press. I just if you have the designs, I would definitely take.
Yeah. So that's available to anybody.
Okay, great.
All right.
Madam President, could you speak on I don't know if you saw it. We got invited by the CEO Mike McMillan to an event on the 24th.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people volunteered. I think I have like 4 more tickets if anyone's interested.
Well, can you speak on it since you were the one talking about it?
I don't know if anybody follows Roland Martin. He has a new book out. He's coming to town. There's going to be a conversation between Mike McMillan and Tef Poe, a local poet. It'll be Saturday at the Urban League starting at 3:00. We have I think they gave us 12 to 15. I think I have space for like 4 more people. All you to register to go, you just need to submit your name on the Discord underneath the posts, and I'll just track it there to make it simple. I know some people just got their membership stuff today. You would have received an email about that would have gave you the information for joining the Discord. Just join it as soon as you get a chance, and it's under the general tab. You'll see it midway, semi close to the bottom of the general tab, and just reply to the post.
Yeah. And I will not be able to attend because I have a prior engagement, but anybody that is there, please take pictures, try to get a group picture, but take a lot of pictures, please.
Yeah. And just for clarity, because I see Amy and Larry, you all kind of did the emoji. I don't know if that means you wanted to go. I'm not tracking the emojis. I need you to reply in the post so I know the names directly that want to attend and if they need a ticket for a guest. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Barry.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the last slide. This is just the join the movement slide. So if you have anybody that you know that wants to join the movement and they're like, what do I do? How do I join? Or if you're not a member yet, this is how you do it. So you fill out a membership application at our website, ulyp-stl.org. Go to join, fill out the application and submit that. And then you'll have to go to the Urban League website, ulstl.com, hit become a member, select Urban League and professionals, and then that's when you pay your membership dues of $20. So it is a 2-step process. And I'm happy to, if you have somebody that needs the instructions, feel free to email me and I can always send you this slide. Sometimes it's easier if people can just read it and go step by step themselves. So yeah, feel free to reach out if you need this slide or if you need more information. But this is how you join the movement. So if anybody asks you or if you want to join the movement, this is how you do it. All right. That is the end of the presentation. Thanks for sticking in there with us. And thank you for everybody's really great ideas on the things that you want to see. Barry stole my closing activity, but that's okay. You know, we always are interested in what you guys want to see, and we are really trying to engage our members this year and give a true YP experience. So we're really excited. We are so grateful to everyone that was able to join today. And yeah, so thank you. And so I'll send out more information about Join Week here soon. And again, if you're interested in a committee and being a committee chair, in helping with Join Week, please email me.
One last thing, and this is just running through an idea that me and Kayla kind of talked about. As a get together, has everybody been to the Armory already? Would that be a nice little meetup spot if y'all are interested?
I went to opening night, and there's like there is upstairs there is tables that we could sit at like together and stuff, and then there's also a few tables downstairs next to where you can order food at. So like if you just needed a spot to meet, but then there's also like tons of different games to play, and there's different bars, and everything's pretty affordable. So
yeah, the
only thing I would say is parking.
Yeah, I drove by the other day and it was like a line of cars just trying to get to the parking lot. So
yeah, so that's the only challenge. But other than that, it's a really good time. It's affordable. And I'm sure if we could connect with someone who actually, like a manager or something, they could set something up too as well.
yeah. All right, I just wanted to bounce that. I know it was still an open decision about the getting together. I just wanted to see if that was something you all would be interested in. So we could say tentatively the Armory on the 10th.
All right, it's on the list. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining. It was great to see everyone, to see your faces, and to have this discussion today. So we will talk soon.
All right, and we'll send out an email follow-up on this because I know we did give a lot of information. So meeting minutes will go out.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.